Hey guys, this is Keith with KJE Aquatics, and today I have another live unboxing of plant stock. Got two boxes in today. Just like last week, a lot of this stuff is stuff for your ponds or tubs, but we also did get a few aquarium plants as well. Anyways, I'm out of breath a little bit because I went to do the show and I forgot the boxes upstairs, and so I ran up the stairs and down. I'm fat, so I'm kind of out of breath. So, anyways, I got them and ready to go. I think I'm a few minutes early. Got 4 people here. What's up, Matt? Rita, Jenna P, Sandy, and who else is in here? I seen Monster Fish Gal, Chevy. So, thanks for joining. And Oink Master, hello. And anyways, I will start to unbox the stuff. What's up, Peplin? Happy birthday, Peplin. Robert P. If I miss some of you guys, forgive me. I'm really not going to be watching the chat so much. If you want to ask me a question directly, please do the @ sign before our name, and it'll highlight it, and hopefully I catch it. If I miss it, I'm not ignoring you. Good morning, Aquatic Morning Show. So, again, I'm really not watching the chat right now. So, again, if I miss something, forgive me. Don't take it personal. But I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. It's not a huge order, but just some stock. And I did get 2 plants that are actually pretty rare. The nursery had them. I never got them before. So you'll see them as I see them. But first off, unbox this. I got these in last week. I took the ones I got in last week down to a show. I didn't put them on the website right then. But I put these on the website this time. These are really, really nice. You can see the coloring of that leaf. This is the African Sunset Canna. So you can grow this in your pond, your tubs. You could also actually grow it in your, this is a canna species, so you can grow it in your flower garden as well. But this is an African Sunset Canna. Works great as a pond or tub marginal. Okay. So I got several of those. Next up is, I'll show you the card. You can maybe see it better. But this is blue pickerel. This one here is actually endemic to the Northeast. You'll find this plant actually growing in a lot of lakes up in our area. So up around Lake George, up in the Adirondacks, this will grow along the water edge. This is blue pickerel. This plant is excellent as a tub plant. It's great in your ponds, but it's super good, super easy in your tubs. You do not need substrate. You can grow this plant bare root, similar as you would bamboo in the top of your tank. It grows fast. It's extremely good at pulling out excess nutrients out of the water, so excess nitrates. But blue pickerel, super, super good plant for your tubs or your ponds. So it really is good at maintaining water quality. Let's see what else. Black Magic Taro. Again, what I'm showing you right now, I think I got the website updated. If you could, let me pull this card out. Because looking at the younger plants, you don't get like the full appreciation of them when they're smaller, when they come from the nursery. You can see the card, maybe. I'm just using my iPhone, so it kind of sucks. But these have like a nice black, actual purplish looking stem and leaf. But this is a taro, easy plant. Again, you could actually grow this as a house plant, but it works great as a pond or tub marginal as well. So, hey, Lady Rorschach. If I missed anybody, I think kind of an off-topic question. Can I cap a dirted tank with gravel? Yes, you can. Very easy. So the answer is yes. All right, here's a new one to me, but it's actually a native species to the south of us. So this is a native species down in the Chesapeake Bay area. This is called green arrow arum, A-R-U-M. So I'm gonna butcher the scientific name, Peltantra virginica, right? So it's getting, you can see the second part of the scientific name, virginica, so that's kind of the region it comes from, some down in the Virginia, Chesapeake Bay area. So south of us, but it'll grow up here. You get like a big arrowhead species. This is a hardy plant. I seen it on the list. I looked it up and I liked it because it's easy and it's cool looking. So this is the green arrow arum. Again, these are on the website as well. Look them up. I don't have a ton of information on the website, but you guys are all smart enough to know how to search stuff on the line, so you can find a plethora of more information on each particular plant. So that's green arrow. Saw that one. Pickerel. I'm just going through these because I already pulled some of these out. I got multiple plants, so. There's another one we got in the other week, or last week, but I got in again. I really like this plant. This is called the firecracker plant. It gets, it'll grow these flowers almost all year long, or all season long. Get these little red tube-looking flowers. These will grow all over the bush once it grows out. These attract bumblebees, and they'll attract hummingbirds as well. So they'll bring them into your garden. So, firecracker, green arrow. Look at these. These are cool looking. And I know I haven't tried one, but I would almost guarantee that this will grow immersed in your fish tank as well, because they're pretty hardy and they don't need a lot. So if you wanted to try one of these growing immersed in the top of your tank, I not 100% guarantee, but I would bet more money than not that this will grow fine immersed in your tank. All right, I showed you the black magic taro. This is the mojito taro. I've showed you guys these before if you follow us, but this has a green speckled leaf. Looks really, really cool. Again, this is the mojito taro. This is probably my favorite taro. So the black magic is probably my second favorite, but the mojito taro is probably my favorite. And again, with taro, pond, tub, bog, house plant, you can grow them in your tank, immersed grow them, not submerged, but within a couple inches of water, they'll grow in your tank as long as you have light above the tank. I have some taro growing in my fish room that's been growing all winter long down in the fish room with just a shop light above it, and it's doing well. So, more firecracker. You can see they have a bunch of little flowers on there already. Get into the next layer. A bunch more of the African sunset. So I got several. So, but get them while you can. The reason I brought in pond plants early, it's actually early for my season in my region because it's still kind of cold at night. But a lot of the cool stuff is sold out by the time it's actually warm enough to bring the stuff in and keep it out all year long here. So I bring it in early. It's perfectly fine indoors. Keep it in a tub of water with about, or in a tub with about 1 inch of water, Rubbermaid sterilite container with about 1 inch of water, perfectly fine. And have a light above. See this light above up here? That's just a LED shop light, 5000K. That light's like $20 at a local hardware store. So works really good. African sunset. Here's one for you, Jenna P. This is the Creeping Jenny, the Golden Creeping Jenny. All right, this is a really nice plant. Gets cool little flowers. It grows low, so it's going to grow horizontal, not vertical. So it's a good covering plant. This will also be, you can also grow this in the top of your tanks, no problem. It'll flow out over the side of your tank. And obviously a pond marginal or in a tub basket. The Creeping Jenny Golden, really, really nice, easy plant. So this is a really cool one. This one looks like something you would put in your salad, but this is called Bloody Dock. Right? This doesn't really flower much, but it has a very cool looking, I say that a lot, but it has a very nice looking leaf. So it's a green leaf, and it gets like these red veins throughout the leaf. The name of it's called Bloody Dock. Really, really nice marginal plant. That's what all these are. Pull this out, and then that's that box. Get this out of the way. Next up is the next box. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Most of this should be aquarium plants. So the first plant I got in here is Sagittaria broadleaf. So this is a Sagittaria species, the Sagittaria chileensens, or Sagittaria broadleaf. Doesn't get much taller than this right here, so this is about as tall as it's going to get. This is probably 8 to 10 inches. But this is a Sagittaria that will grow a really wide leaf, as you can see. Almost looks like jungle bob, but it's not going to get tall like jungle bob. So Sagittaria broadleaf. Sagittaria chileensens, I believe, is the scientific name. And I don't know all the scientific names, nor can I say them. So even if I know them, I can't pronounce them. Here is just your bread and butter Java fern. So these are just Java fern pieces. Nice piece of rhizome here on the Java fern. Very common in the hobby. Super easy. Great plant for beginners on up to more experienced people. But this is an easy plant for folks just getting into live plants. So that's Java fern. Pull a couple of these out. Contortion vallisneria. So these are the larger corkscrew valve. This is called the contortion valve. I forget the scientific name of this one, so forgive me. But anyways, contortion vallisneria. Super easy. In my opinion, vallisneria are some of the easiest plants. You got several different species. You got the contortion, you got the Italian, you got jungle, you got corkscrew, and you got jungle species red. And then you also have, there's a giant jungle violet that gets a much wider blade and really, really long. I think it's Vallisneria americana gigantea or some shit like that. But anyways, I don't have that one, so I'm getting off on a tangent. I'll save that one. Here is another one that we sell the heck out of. This is just Vallisneria subdolata narrow leaf. So this isn't dwarf Sagittaria. This is the dwarf, or this is the Sagittaria subdolata, which is the same scientific name as dwarf Sagittaria, but there's two variants. There's Sagittaria subdolata dwarf, and there's Sagittaria subdolata narrow. This is the narrow. This is going to grow taller, all right? Easy plant. I sell the heck out of these. Just a disclaimer right here, and I'll explain it, and I've done it before. These are actually, this plant here is actually grown immersed. Super easy, will convert super easy, but I've told you this before. The way you could tell these are immersed grown, this particular species, is at the tip of the blade. It has more of a paddle, so it widens out, just like a paddle for your canoe. It'll widen out at the end. When these are fully grown, submerged, they're narrow all the way up to the tip. So that's how you can tell between these, right? But again, they convert super easy, or else I wouldn't keep buying them. All right. Next up, and this looks like giant hairgrass, but it's a Vallisneria species. This is, I can't get this all the time, so get it while you can, because it's really nice. And the way we'll sell this is, a couple of you have bought it from me before, but that's one plant, two plants, three plants. So the way I have this, I buy them individually, but I sell them as a 3-plant bunch. So you'll have 3 plants. That'll be one order. This is Vallisneria narrow leaf, all right? Looks like giant hairgrass, but it is a Vallisneria. So in my opinion, much easier to grow than giant hairgrass. Really cool looking grass type plant. One order, and it's spelled out on the website, but one order is 3 plantlets, all right? Hey, Sarah. Spaghetti. Just seeing who else is here. I'm just scrolling up. I don't know who else is here. If you're here and I missed you and didn't say hi, hello. All right. Still wait on that one. Quite a few in here, guys. Here we go. Water Sprite. I get these all the time. This is Water Sprite Indian Fern. All right. They're actually kind of small. Anyways, if you order these and then all I have left is a couple small ones, I'll probably give you 2 of these in one order. But this is Water Sprite Indian Fern. Some of these are nice size, so I ordered them as mediums, but that's actually a small. That's a medium. So, Water Sprite Indian Fern. Easy plant. This plant you can grow rooted, no problem. As the nursery grows these rooted, you can see they'll have a nice root base, so you can plant these in the substrate. Or, and then when I order them, I ask them to weight them, so they put this weight on there. That's just for retail purposes. So when I put them in our tanks here, waiting their sale, they just stay, sunk down to the substrate. But just when you get these, if it has a weight on it, take the weight off, and you could just float it, no problem. This is an easy plant to grow in your tubs and ponds also. So you could just toss it in there. Grows good, fast growing plant. So with all fast growing plants, that means they like to suck up the nitrates. Well, that's why duckweed's like actually really good for your tank as far as maintaining water quality. But water Sprite is very good. Jungle Vallisneria. So this is a jungle val species, and don't be fooled by these smaller plants. So don't buy this little jungle val, and they're small, but they grow fast. They're small from the nursery, but again, don't let that fool you. This plant will grow 12 feet long, right? And it grows relatively fast. So don't buy jungle Vallisneria if you're scaping a 5-gallon tank. I wouldn't even recommend it for a 10-gallon tank unless it's just very temporary. So, because they get big and they're going to fill it up. So that's jungle val species red, right? And then let me grab one. You'll notice, I don't know if you can see the colors, but you can see they're not really a reddish color, but they're kind of a brownish maroon color. You'll get more of this color towards the tips with very good light. They'll grow perfectly fine in lower light, as do all your other Vallisneria. Not dark tanks, but lower light. So they'll grow fine like spiralis, contortion, and whatnot. But they'll only get this reddish color under higher light, right? So, all right. Red Reuben swords. This is probably my favorite sword plant, and I'll sell these potted. So I'll get these potted up. They'll get much bigger than this, but look these up online. This is the Red Reuben. It's my favorite sword, right? I really like the Red Reuben. I don't personally like a lot of sword plants. For me, I don't. Like Amazon sword, I sell them. People like them, but me personally, I don't like Amazon swords. But the Red Reuben, it has green leaves, but then you'll get some like reddish maroon colored leaves, new leaves as they're growing. Looks really nice. This one here, Cryptocrine lucens. So this is a pretty cool crypt. I love all crypts. Cryptocrine lucens. These will be sold potted as well. So I'll sell these potted. Bobitus broadleaf. So here's some nice pieces of Bobitus broadleaf. This is an easy plant. You would grow it similar to Java fern, Anubias, Bucephalandria, meaning you won't plant the rhizome in the substrate. You're going to attach this to wood, rock, or your plastic pirate ship. So Bobitus broadleaf. Common name is African water fern. Let's see what else I got. Talking about that, these are Anubias. I just ordered assorted Anubias, so you kind of get what you get if you order them from me. If you have a special request, I'll look in the tank and see if I have it. But these right here, this is Fraseri, I believe. This looks like Congensis. So these are actually nice pieces of Anubias. So these are listed on the website as Anubias assorted mediums. Some pretty nice pieces of Anubias here. So I did get Anubias in. Somebody was asking me for some. Cryptocrine Balance. I already have some of these in stock, but I really like the Crypt Balance. These are nice too for mediums. They ship me mediums, and these are really nice. So Cryptocrine Balance, they'll get much taller than this. Right now, these are probably 8 to 10 inches, I'm guessing. You get a nice crinkle leaf, a wide blade, and it has a textured crinkle to the leaf. So Cryptocrine Balance. Pretty cool crypt. Easy. Crypts are on the lower light spectrum. Banana plants. Come get your banana. These have went up in price a lot over since COVID. I used to get these cheaper pre-COVID. I don't know why the prices went up. So you see our price. Our price is actually really competitive based on my cost. So I'm not ripping you off. I've had someone buy some off me before, and then they complained that they were expensive. Well, if you complain that my plants are expensive, then don't buy them. As simple as that. I have to make money, so the price reflects what they cost, and then plus we have to mark them up some, to make money. So that's my story on that. Banana plants, they get their name from the base here because it looks like a little wad of bananas. Easy plant. These will grow a tall leaf, lily type leaf that'll shoot up towards the surface. These been in the hobby longer than Alishan, so that's almost forever. I don't know if he's watching, but these have been around the hobby longer than Alishan's been alive. So since Jesus was born. So, anyways. All right. You must have a banana plant. You need a banana plant. Everyone needs a banana plant. Easy plant. Don't even plant it in the substrate. Drop it in your tank, and then that's it. Ha! He is here. Yeah. All right. This is one I don't get in often, but I have gotten it in the past, and the people that have bought it really like it. So this is the Java Fern mat, but this is not the regular Java Fern. This is the narrow leaf Java Fern. So the leaves are much narrower than your regular Java Fern. So this is Java Fern narrow leaf mat. And you got a bunch of plants, as you can see, and they're all growing in this cocoa fiber mat. You can separate the plants, or you can leave them growing in this mat, no problem. So this is a bunch of Java Fern. So when you see the price on the website, it's not one plant. That's more than 10 plants easily. So the price reflects the amount of plants that you get. And if you compare our prices to other folks selling the apples to apples, we are very competitive. So Java Fern narrow leaf mats. All right. Again, always compare apples to apples or oranges to oranges. I had someone say our Java Fern were super expensive one time, but they were looking at a single plant compared to the price I had for a mat. Of course, there's going to be a huge difference. All right. Money wort. I had someone looking for these last week, and I was out of stock. I apologize, but I got more in. Bunches of money wort. This is Bacopa minera. This is a plant that you can grow floating in your ponds or tubs as well as in your tank, or you can grow it as a stem and plant it in the substrate, right? So Bacopa minera, also known as money wort. Easy plant. This is another one that's been around the hobby forever. Fun plant. Next up is Brazilian pennywort. And then this is another plant that I sell the heck out of. All right. I took some of these. Actually, I don't remember if I put one or two bunches in a bag, but I took some to a local auction this past Sunday that I went to. And I forget what I sell these for on the website. Jenna will probably post it, and I appreciate you helping out posting stuff, Jenna. But I put some of these, it was either one or two bunches in a bag, and it sold at the local auction for, if I remember right, it was like $10 or $15, which I was like, holy crap, I wish I can get that price for them all the time. Because I think I only sell these on the website for $3 a bunch. So way cheaper than what they sold for at the local auction. But anyways, Brazilian pennywort. I get these in a bunch, and they'll be tied up with a rubber band, as you can see here. When you get them home, just cut that rubber band off, pull the rubber band off, gently spread out the stems, and I just let it float, in the tank. Let it do its thing. You're going to get these big lily-type leaves that'll fan out over the surface. Nice. Honestly, this is the best smelling plant in the hobby. So these smell really, really good. So you might think I'm weird sniffing my plants. Better than sniffing other stuff. All right, before I get into those, I have a few potted plants here. Let's see what I got. See what I got. First up is micro sword narrow leaf. Right, this is a grass type looking plant. Looks kind of like dwarf hairgrass, but way easier than dwarf hairgrass. I don't stock dwarf hairgrass. I can get it, and I've gotten it. Dwarf hairgrass and Monte Carlo, I typically won't. I won't stock, but I could definitely get them. I can get just about any plant you guys are looking for, except some of the more rare crypts and some of the more exotic rare. Like a Nubia species. I don't have access to those now, and they're real expensive anyways. There's some crypts that go for $30-$40 for a small plant. Anubias, there's some that go for over $100. I don't stock those. I stock more of the common stuff, but getting back to that, a lot of plants, stem plants, some of the highlight foreground plants, I don't necessarily stock, but if you want some, I can get them. The other week I got a bunch of Monte Carlo in, special request for the person. There's a minimum order depending on if it's a stem or if it's a pot. And if I roll it into a stock order, I'll usually cut you a deal on it if it's something I don't stock. As long as you meet the minimum, and I may charge a deposit also, because I've been screwed before too. So depending on who it is, I may charge a deposit just so if you decide to back out or you decide to ghost me, I don't get screwed, because I have been screwed before. Luxa japonica is a beautiful foreground plant and very hard to find. I can get that sometimes, Jenna. I really can. I've seen it I've actually gotten it before, and I've seen it on the list from time to time. So, anyways, microsword narrow leaf. This grows and looks similar. It'll grow taller than dwarf hairgrass, and you can't trim it the same way you can dwarf hairgrass, but it has that look, and it's much, much easier. So I do stock this. I find it really hardy and pretty easy to grow. It doesn't need extremely high light, but if you put this in a deep tank, you're going to need decent light on a deep tank. But you can grow this perfectly fine, like in a 10-gallon with some like real basic light, because the 10 gallon is not that deep. You can grow this in a 40 long with a single strip, inexpensive Beamswork or one of those cheap Hydra lights. We'll grow this in a 40 long perfectly fine. Now, if you try to grow this as a foreground plant in a 55 or a 75, you might need to up your light a little bit because of the depth of the tank. So let me see what Alishan wrote, because he might give me tips on what I should bring. Bring in Crypt Pontidifolia and Willisy to the club meeting tonight. Oh, hopefully no tornado mornings. Thought he was telling me to bring some Crypt Pont. Crypt Pontidifolia is one of my favorite crypts, Alishan. I like it because to me it looks more like a sword versus a quip, just because of the leaf shape. Just waiting one payday. Oh, you need money, Lady Rorschach. Robert P. Made up on order. Okay, cool, Robert. Bob. Let me see. Lady Rorschach says, have you had good luck with Creepin' Charlie and Ponza in the same way as Creepin' Jenny? I haven't tried Creepin' Charlie, so I can't answer that. Jeff Kane, what's happening? Other people are talking amongst each other. I'm just scrolling up right now. So, Paul Sotero said, back in the Stone Ages, Anacharis, banana plant, and Val were about the only aquarium plants you could find. Add hornwort to that too, Paul. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I do stock an Anacharis species here, but Egeria najas, that one's actually legal in most states. A lot of states actually have banned the old school Alodia. I know Alodia is banned in the state of New York. I think in Vermont, Massachusetts, maybe in Connecticut as well. So, but Egeria najas is not, and that's not guppy grass. Guppy grass is Najas guadalupensis, but they both have the naja in the word. But anyways, the Anacharis that we stock, that we get, is the legal variant. It's the narrow leaf or the small leaf Anacharis. So anyways, chattering too much. All right, I showed you guys Sagittarius subdolata nero, and here is its cousin, and it looks very similar, but this one won't grow as tall. This is Sagittarius subdolata dwarf, potted. I didn't get a lot of these. I only got 6 of these. So if you want these, I know a couple people that were asking me for them. You might want to order them now because I've only got, I think, 6 pots in stock right now. Again, if there's something that you want, or if you want like more quantity of something, feel free to reach out to me and I could order it for you. So that's dwarf Sagittaria. I'm just looking to see what in here, and that's all I got for that. And the last 2 plants, and I saved these for last because both of these are actually rare, and it was the first time the nursery had them available to me. I know a couple other retailers, because I looked them up, growing conditions and whatnot. But these are nice too. These are going to sell fast, so you better get on them. These are, look them up, these are Lagandra Maboldi Red. All right, this species, for me looking it up, I never grew them before, but this species of plant is very similar to a cryptocarine. But this is really nice. I'm not lying. These are nice roots, nice stem base there. So look these up. I'm gonna spell this. So if you want, because I butchered the name. It's Lagenandra, and it's Meeboldii. So Lagandra Maboldi, if I said it right. Red. So you can laugh at me all you want, butchering scientific names, but this is really rare. I'm not lying. You're not going to see a lot of people have this one. You're not going to see it in your local fish store. This is nice. These are really nice. I only got 10, so you better jump on them if you want them, because I don't know how often the nursery that I got these from is going to have them. All right. And then the last plant is another very rare plant. You grow this one similar to Boos, all right? So it's epiphyte like Boos, like Anubias or ferns. It looks like a crypt though, but it's not a crypt. And this is called, I'm gonna fudge it up. It's Hamal Omena Cicadu. So it's HOMALOMENA, and then SEKADAU. And then this is the South variant. So I don't know a lot about these. I know the nursery had them, and they're extremely rare. Again, I only got 10 of these also, and then these are super nice. Like, check that out. I should go. You better go get them now because I might up the price. I put them at a pretty good price, but I'm looking at these plants right now. I can get at least $5 or $6 more for them than what I listed at them right now. So I'm not telling you that to try to push a sale, but if you want some of these right now, I'm gonna go when I get done putting this stuff. I'm gonna go up the price because these are definitely worth more than what I charged them for or what I listed them for. This is badass. Look at that chunk of plant. I could probably get 2 plants out of that and charge you the same amount of money. I definitely got to up the price on these. These are too nice for that cheap of a price. So, holy crap. And I didn't get a lot of them either. So, anyways, that's all I got. So, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any questions on either one of these rare plants, I don't know much about them. I just know that they were available. They were rare. I looked them up. I Googled them and read a little bit about them. And I brought some in because both plants were listed as easy plants. This one, the Maboldi, I'll call it by a second name, the Maboldi, because I can pronounce that. Said that it'll get its reddish color with higher light, but it'll still grow low light. So, and then with the higher light and CO2 injection, you're going to get a reddish, more pinkish color. If you grow it under lower light conditions, it's going to stay more green. So, there's this T Jack on that's in the chat. It's my buddy Tommy, and I'm kind of ignoring him because he's a butthole. So, you're a butthole, Tommy. All right. So if you have any questions besides what Tommy's trying to ask me, I will try to answer them. Well, frogs and fish and more. If you love Boost, you grow this similar to Boost, so you can just attach it to your wood, or stone, or your plastic pirate ships. So really cool looking plant. I like these. I should go order more because I don't know how long they're going to have them. So, do you have any of the small cave tunnels? I believe I do, Rita. I'll have to look. So, yeah, go buy. Again, yep. Now, while Keith is distracted on the stream before the price, but both plants are currently just under $10. Yeah. Thank you for posting that, Jenna. These at $10. Go look at just a price of the cheapest piece of Boost any online retailer has. They're $8 and more, easily $8 and more. Some of them are $8. Some of them $10, $15, $20, $30, $40 for a piece of Boost, and a lot of times they're really small. You're not going to get a plant that friggin' big. This plant right here is easy right now. This is easy 8 inches, 9 inches right now. Nice, healthy roots. Again, I've never grown this species personally, so I don't have no experience with it. If any of you have ever grown it or attempted it before, feel free to comment. But it's newer to the hobby, so this isn't one that's been around the hobby very long. Neither has the Maboldi, so this is kind of new to the hobby. I wrote where they come from. I believe that this one comes out of Far East Asia, like India area. I forget where this comes from, but I did write it in the description on the website. So, attach to the creature of the Black Lagoon bugger. It'll work. What do you recommend for baby turtle tank? I've never kept turtles, Sarah. Somebody in chat might have a comment, but for turtles, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, Crystal. I'm definitely coming down to hang out. coming down to see LSN. My buddy Mike's going to be down at Bucks County. A bunch of people I know are going to be down there. So I'm going to come down. I'm going to bring a few things. I've donated a few things to the club auction. And then I'm going to bring a few things to hopefully cover my gas money and come out and have fun. So, but yeah, back to your question, Sarah. I never kept turtles. So honestly, I don't have personal experience with that, but I'm sure somebody in the chat has. So, are you bringing plants and dry goods to the Keystone Clash? KJE Aquatics might bring some plants, but we're mostly coming with dry goods and botanicals, Jenna. So if you don't know, KJE Aquatics probably has one of the largest selections of botanicals worldwide, really. But in the United States, definitely. We got a huge selection of botanicals at some of the great prices. And if you guys have never used botanicals before, you're missing out. You're missing out on cool plant decorations. The aesthetics of the botanicals are phenomenal. Also, what they offer as far as what they do to the water is fantastic for your fish, regardless of where the fish come from. They could be harder water fish, and again, you're gonna have to go lighter on the botanical use. But you could decorate a Riff Lake, cichlid tank with some botanicals and give it the cool aesthetics of a natural environment. All right. And botanicals, if you don't know what botanicals are, most of you guys probably do in the chat, but if you don't know what botanicals are, they're basically sticks, cones, seed pods, driftwood, stuff like that. So anytime you guys next time you go to a local lake or a pond and you look in the water, see what you see. Make your fish tank look like that. Make it look natural. It's pretty cool. But back to Jenna's question, I might bring some plants, depending on what's available closer towards the time of the clash. If I bring plants, I might not bring like the really common stuff. There's going to be some other vendors with plants, and to be honest, and I'm not saying this to be an a-hole, but if I bring plants, I'll crush everybody on price as far as plants go. So I kind of maybe leave that part of the business to some of the other vendors at the Clash, because I really do sell, and I don't even do it on purpose, but I crush their prices. I've seen prices at shows other places, and some of them are kind of ridiculous. So not all of them, but some of them. So, and again, I'm not trying to say that to be conceited or be an a-hole, but it's just a fact that if I focus on plants and bring them to the Clash, I'm gonna make a killing, and I'll crush everybody else's prices. Plans to the South Coast, Matt. Maybe on for the South Coast event, Matt. If you pre-order, I'll bring them, but I might not bring that many for the show. Again, when I do shows, if you guys ever been to a show that KJE has went to before, we bring a lot of stuff. All right, I bring pretty much a local fish store packed in a Subaru to a show, minus live goods. Handling live goods is a pain in the butt. And believe it or not, someone said, well, it's plants. It's not live. A friggin' plant's live. So live goods, whether it be plants, fish, inverts, anything like that, I typically don't bring a lot to a show. The last event I went to this past weekend, I brought a bunch of marginals down there, but it was very, very small. My whole table space was like really small. It was last minute. They invited me. I had the marginals in stock. It's becoming pond season soon. People get to itch, so I brought probably probably a dozen or so plants down there and sold most of them. Sarah, when will I have pearlweed? I can get pearlweed any week. It's not a hot seller, so I don't always get it. So it's 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 listed on the website. But again, if you guys want something specific, I usually put in orders either Wednesday night, or I put them in like Monday morning. So sometimes I wait to see what's sold over the weekend before I start ordering stuff. But if I order them Wednesday night, then I get the package delivered to my local airport on Monday, because they ship on Sunday. I pick up Monday morning. If I order them on Monday, then I usually get them depending on the time of the day. If I order them before 10 a.m. on Monday, I'll get the package on Wednesday. If I order them after 10 a.m. on Monday, then like today, I picked up on Thursday. So, Sarah, just message me Wednesday morning, and then I'll see. So, yeah, Tommy says pennywort does very well floating. So, boy, one of the plants I bought at the NAS auction was pennywort with no roots. Would you recommend it to float? Yeah, just let it float. Pennywort doesn't grow a lot of roots anyways. They'll grow, you see this right here? They'll grow a few of these a little bit longer, but it doesn't grow like a lot of roots. They just get some of these little short hairs on there. Just let it float, and it should do well at the surface. So, but where am I at? 52 minutes. I think I'm done. Maybe some of you guys ordered stuff, and if you did, I appreciate it. That stuff will ship out. If you guys ordered today, I will ship it Saturday or Monday. So, and that's another, just to let you know too, live goods, which is plants, typically ship on Mondays, Tuesdays, Saturdays. If you're within region, like real close to me, so like Connecticut, Massachusetts, and then like Eastern Pennsylvania, we can ship on Wednesday also, all right? But usually orders after Monday, depending on where you're located, will probably go either on Saturday. We do ship on Saturday, priority mail, or Monday. And Mondays we'll either ship priority mail or UPS ground, right? Now with live fish, which is totally different, I don't even sell them through the website, but I'm a hobbyist and we do sell fish, and I do ship fish, and it's spelled out on the website too. But if you're interested in fish that we breed, message me. The sales don't go through the website. People ask me all the time, how can I order them through the website? You can, and it says so on the website. But message me, and shipping of fish is totally different, and I typically don't combine dry goods. Maybe a can or two of fish food, but you're not going to get a 50-pound box for the shipping rate that I charge for fish, especially if you order them overnight. Anyways, that's my story on that. But that's all I got. Get some of these. These are really cool. I'm not lying. The price on this is going up, no joke. So if you want to, go place that order right now. I'm gonna jack this up at least $150, because they're way too cheap for what I listed them at. So, but that's all I got. I'll leave this price the same. These aren't huge, but this is a very rare plant. All right, look it up, see who has it. Not that many people do. All right, that's all I got. And how about a complimentary beer with an order? Tommy, if you want a beer, come to the house. But thanks, guys. Peace.